Hey everybody, welcome to Harmon Garage. I'm Aaron. Today is a beautiful day. I got tons of energy, I'm ready to go, and it's also a rum runner day. Told you guys I'd try to take one day a week to work on this truck and do something for myself, and today's that day. I'm going to try to get a lot of work done and get this thing going to where we can set that motor in. First thing I'm going to do, I've got another truck that's going to be a huge project on the channel sitting back over here, which has decent wheels and tires on it that hold air. So I'm going to pull the tires and wheels off of that and put them on here so it's easier to move around. And you may have just seen when I walked by it, but yesterday I went and got me a Tahoe. This isn't going to be a project on the channel. I'm not really into it, but you may have noticed, and I've mentioned it before, I need a couple front end parts for old Rum Runner here. Hood, fender, grill, whatnot. And for what I paid for that Tahoe was cheaper than if I would have gone out and bought all those parts. So I'm gonna take what I need and what I can use off of that Tahoe. I'm hoping I can get a glass guy that can come out and swap the windshields without breaking them. And then I'm gonna either sell that whole thing or scrap it or part the rest of it out. But for me, not having a huge amount of resources, buying that to use for parts for this was a lot more economical than ordering all the parts that I needed for this or buying them from the junkyard. I got a really good deal on the Tahoe. So I'm gonna swap those tires over. I'm not gonna make y'all watch because everybody's seen somebody change a tire before. But as soon as I get the tires changed, I'll get back with you and I'll let you know what we got going on. Man, I got all them tires changed. What'd that take? Like maybe 2 seconds? If I was any faster, they'd be recruiting me for NASCAR. So, got the tires on. All the way around. I'm gonna take these grandpa rails off. I think I'm gonna pull this rear bumper. And I'm gonna come up here and take out all these broken tanks and AC parts and all this stuff I don't need. So let's get to it. All right, we're just gonna start pulling a bunch of stuff off. And I got a 13 mil, a 10 mil, and a 15 mil in my pocket, so we should be able to take this whole truck apart. That'll be over there. Now that'll be down there. I pretty much got everything in the engine compartment off that's coming off for now. There's a couple little things, but I can get those later. Oh, hold on, one more thing. I don't think that's gonna make it run any better. So, a lot of this trim is already missing, and the stuff that's still on there is kind of falling off. And I'm not a big trim guy anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and remove all that too. And then when we get this paint job all cleaned up, it'll be two-tone. I'll have a little racing stripe down the side where this trim was. Alright, we're going to get this bumper ripped off of here. Alright, well, doesn't appear the bumper wants to cooperate and come off the way it's supposed to, so I'm just going to improvise and take it off my way. I bet it'll come off now. Hey, look at that. You guys might be going, what the heck, why are you cutting the bumper bracket? This bumper's not going back on this truck. A bumper's not going back on this truck. So, I want to do a roll pan on it. I might try to fabricate one myself and see how we do. But, if that don't work, I might just buy one. So, we'll see as the project goes along. Okay, like I said before, I don't like trim. And these little aluminum strips that they put on here, all they do is cause rust back behind them. I really dislike them, so we're going to take them off. They just got like 15 screws that hold them on, you know, because it's a good idea to drill 15 holes in a fender, so rust inhibitors can get in there and rust them out. That'll do it for that. Next thing we're going to do, take off these grandpa rails, and I think that's about it for stripping it down for right now. And then we're going to move on and do the next big project on this thing. So hang in there. Alright, taking these rails off. Seems like they just have nuts under here. like that. That's gone. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we're gonna get ready for the big show. All right, so you just saw that we got the truck moved over into the wash area, and you guys are probably going, oh no, not another pressure washing video. But yep, guess what? Another pressure washer video. But this truck is really dirty. Got all kinds of crap growing on it, algae, moss, everything. Can't hardly see through the windows. And I think I came up with a cooler way to video pressure washing. Instead of just having a camera sitting 20-30 foot away aiming at what I'm doing, I think I came up with something that'll be a little cooler so you can actually see it taking the crap off. So we're gonna try it out. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I got the truck all pressure washed. What'd you guys think of that new method of filming? Let me know in the comments down there. So I either do it that way more often or don't ever do it again. Both my camera batteries went dead, so I just finished it up. It's pretty well dry, and what a difference. Can't really see over here in the shade. I'll get around the other side here and show you. I guess it's kind of shaded over here too, so. But just believe me when I tell you, it looks a lot better than it did. Now I'm gonna take the hood and the passenger side fender off of that and try to make them match this. So I'll go through the whole process of that. I've never done it before. I don't know how to do it, but I've got some ideas and we'll see what happens. So in the meantime, for keeping going on this and getting as much done as I can in my 1 day a week I allot myself for myself, I'm gonna pull the rest of the front clip off. I'm gonna take the driver's side fender off, both inner fenders off, and the core support off. And then I'll bring you guys back and show you what we got going next. All right, well, I got old rumrunner stripped down about as far as I'm gonna go with it for now, I guess. And I'll show you guys here. Got the inner fenders off. Got the driver fender off, got the core support out. Pulled a bunch of charcoal canister crap and everything like that off. Next thing I'm gonna do is take out these V6 motor mounts, and then we're gonna scrape and clean and Scotch-Brite the frame, and then I'll clean it off real good. And then I bought some paint to go back. I want to paint the whole frame, as much of it as I can. Jeez, I don't know what happened there. I'm not gonna paint. I might get some paint on the suspension, but I'm not necessarily gonna paint the suspension because that's all gonna be messed with as this project goes on. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be replaced. It may be. It may just get rebuilt. I don't know. But when we get to that point, I will take the suspension apart and clean it all up and paint it. But right now, for the sake of getting the motor and tranny and stuff in it, I just want to get the front cleaned up, the frame rails and all that as much as I can, and get a nice coat of paint on them. So I'm going to set you guys up and I'll start pulling those motor mounts off. Since I know now what I didn't know before, I will, when I pull those lower control arms off to get these motor mounts off, once I get the bolts back in, I'm going to tack weld the nuts to the inside of the frame, so if I ever have to change motor mounts, I can just buzz them off from the top and don't have to worry about it. Can't exactly tell why that wasn't done from the factory, but I'm not an engineer, so I don't know. But just going to spend some time cleaning this up, and then we will shoot a bunch of paint on it. So, I'll leave it on, do a little time lapse here for a little bit, some of this, and then once we get through scraping everything, we'll wipe everything down with Scotch-Brite. Once we get done with the Scotch-Brite, we'll clean it real good, and then we will spray some paint on it. Pressure washer actually did a pretty good job. I'm not getting much off. I got this VHT roll bar and chassis paint. Never used it before, but I was looking for the stuff that I normally use at the parts store this morning and they didn't have any, and I saw this, so I went ahead and grabbed it to see how it works. I'm going to start at the back, work my way to the front and cover everything as much as I can, and then when I go back and do the motor mounts and stuff, I'll just touch up where I need to. But I just want to get a coat of paint on it for now and make some progress in the right direction towards getting this truck together. All right, well, I can't say that I got done everything I wanted to today. I wanted to have the motor mount switched over so that all I really had to do was clean up the firewall and then put the motor and trans in. But crap happens. I mean, it's... So anyways, I got the frame painted, and I'm not going for show quality here, but I spent all that time making the motor look nice. So I figure why not shoot some color on the frame, so when you open the hood and look down in the engine compartment, you got a nice black frame and not rust and dirt. So it's not perfect, but it doesn't look bad. Like I said, I'm gonna pull the suspension off and I'll paint all it while I have it off so it looks good. But well, here, I'll show it to you. Sway bar is gonna come off to get all new bushings, so it'll get cleaned up and painted when I take it off. But other than that, it's all pretty even and it's all black. So I don't think it looks too bad. It'll look fine once the motor and everything's back in there. I'm gonna clean up and paint the core support. I'm gonna clean up and paint the inner fenders. But I feel pretty good. We got some progress done on old rumrunner. Got all the years of neglect washed off of her. Even the bed, I didn't do a great job in there, but I cleaned it out. So, not a whole lot of, wow, look what I did in this video. But, you guys seem to be liking the step-by-step videos of, you know, me showing everything. So, this is a step in rumrunner. I've got to get all this done before I can do the cool stuff like put the motor in and stuff like that. So, I had a chance to work on it today rather than just doing it and not filming it. I said, what the heck, I'm gonna go ahead and film it, put it up so everybody can see it. So I didn't realize that I had to pull the lower control arms off to get the motor mounts off to put the new motor mounts on. I did an LS swap in a 95 from a 4.3 to an LS, and I changed the mounts out, and I don't remember having to do all that, but I crawled underneath and all over this thing, and there's no way to get to those nuts without taking the lower control arms off and going through the hole where the lower control arms mount. So I'm gonna see if I can get the money together to get at least the parts for the front suspension that I want to do, so that way when I take it apart to change the motor mounts, I'll just go ahead and do the front suspension at the same time, and then we'll have the front suspension done. We got the frame all cleaned up and painted. I'm gonna clean up the firewall real nice. I'm gonna leave it body color this time. I'm not gonna paint it black. I'm gonna clean it up real nice, and we'll get the suspension done. Then we can get the motor and trans in, put the front clip on it, and everything from the firewall forward should pretty much be done. So I'm gonna see if I can get the money together for the suspension. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to or not. It's what I want to do is pretty pricey. So let me know what you guys think about the video. Let me know what you think about my new filming apparatus for when I'm pressure washing. That's about it. I got a day in on my truck. Feels pretty good. I got quite a bit done, and I appreciate all you guys hanging around watching. We got a lot of new subscribers. Thank you all. It means a lot to me. And if you are subscribed, please share the channel. If you're not subscribed, you should probably go ahead and do that, because there's going to be some cool stuff coming on this truck. We got a school bus that we're doing some really cool stuff to eventually. I got a race truck build I'm about to do. Plus I still have my customers' projects we're working on, and who knows what else is going to come up. So please comment, like, share. That's going to do it for this video. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.